Wednesday morning. I'm back into the routine. Came down with some kind of cold on Monday. Sore throat, headache, fatigue. So I skipped yesterday, just rested, and then got in here today. I do notice that I'm still fatigued. Already been through calf raises, some goblet squats, and then squats on the bench, squats on the rack. Went up to 255 for 10 reps, so that's a new PR for me, but still feeling fatigued overall, so got to keep working on that, trying to rep out 2 more sets of RDLs, and then I'll move to shoulders. Kind of running out of a little time here, so got to get this done so I can get home and eat and get to work. Wish I had a leg curl machine to work the calves, but this is what we got. So here we go. My hamstrings are by far the weakest part of my legs. My legs are weak overall, but just got to build a foundation to work from. Whew. So one more set of this and we'll call the legs done. Feel this pump in the hamstrings, even with a 135 on the bar, so that's good. Just feeling tired overall from not feeling well. But I don't want to not be here and get behind, so I know there's a balance between rest, recovery, and then pushing forward. So I'm going to push in on this one, see what happens. So I don't come down with some more sickness or illness. Did all my measurements on Sunday. Pretty exciting. My weight jumped up to 260 really quick over 2 weeks from 252. And then I've kind of cut back down a little bit to like 257, 258 in the morning. So I think my caloric intake is okay. I did add about a ½ inch to my waist size, so there's a little fat growing there, but I'll try to watch it and just keep it balanced. But I did my measurements overall. My quads have grown by about ½ inch, biceps by 1 inch, outside shoulders overall 3 inches around out here and 1 inch in the chest. So seen some progress according to the tape measure, so that's exciting. Just trying to dial in the personal science of, caloric intake, protein, working out, and the main thing is I need to dial in my sleep. In about 6.5 hours a night, probably could use 7 or 8. It would be most effective for me. So just trying to get that figured out. I did up my magnesium to 400 milligrams before bed, and that seems to help. I'm able to stay asleep, sleep in the dark room, cool room, all those things seem to help. But Went to bed at 9:15 last night, got up at 4:30. So just trying to dial all that in the best I can, because I know that's the most important aspect, is getting the rest and recovery so you can rebuild. All right, one more set here. Okay. God. This cold or whatever's got me sucking for air. Got about 15 minutes left. I got to hit shoulder lateral raises and then rear delts, and I'll be out of here for the day. I'm going to rack this weight and get on that. Probably just for the sake of time, I'm going to hit laterals, 4 sets, and then I'm going to have to call it a day and get to the house and get some food in me and get to work. So took a little more time on the legs, which is fine. Legs are a weakness for me, so I need to keep working on them, but shoulders are also a weakness. Just have to make sure I get them on the front burner next time. Still can get a good pump here in 4 sets, so here we go. So I like to rep out those last partials. I mean, even if I'm just barely moving the weight up as much as I can, just to fully fatigue that outside deltoid muscle. You know, I do it with biceps, leg curls if I had that machine as well. But just really gets that fatigue and tear down in that muscle. You know, I could probably do 15 pretty easy and call it good, but I want to make sure I'm tearing down every time, especially in a bulking phase where I'm trying to put some size on these delts. You know, I want that softball look. Right now I got the flat look to them, so I have seen some growth, like I said earlier. Just keeping the measurement, arms down outside. So seeing some gains here just by pushing through these laterals, but I want to see some more. I do have a slight tweak right here in the shoulder, so overhead pressing is tough for me. I've been doing some rubber band work, just rotator cuff type stuff to get that strengthened up. Laterals don't affect me, rear delts don't affect me, but pressing movement overhead does tweak that. So I'm trying to let that recover a little bit before I go back to any pressing movements with the shoulders. But gonna jump up here. Just got to keep moving so I can get to the house. I like the seated lateral raises now because it limits the amount of help you can get from your legs. Yeah, you can still bend over, but I try to limit the bending over and pushing movement. So focus on those outside deltoids. That's all I got in me for that one. Oh man. I have to get home and eat and take a nap. Finish up this last set and then get out of here. Got done with that last set of lateral raises, and then did just one set of rear delts. Do bend over with, I'm using 15s right now and just repping that out. I repped out 30 of them and got a good pump in the rear delt, so feel good about that part. With this whatever crap I got going on with my sore throat, headache, you know, I came home Monday, took a long nap, went to bed early Monday night, just didn't feel well Tuesday, came home, took a nap yesterday, went to bed early last night, feeling better this morning, but can still feel just an overall fatigue as I'm trying to push through. Even now, trying to get my breath, it's like something respiratory. I do feel accomplished in the fact that I did go. I did have a new PR as far as number of reps on my squat. So I'm squatting 255 for 10 reps, and you know, that was about it for today. But I wonder also if doing all my leg workout first and trying to go as heavy as I can fatigued me enough to where when I got to my shoulder workout that I was just kind of worn out and couldn't get all the reps in that I needed to for the shoulder workout. I still got a good pump on my outside delts here, so I'm not worried about it. I'm glad I went and did it. You know, you just got to find the balance of rest and recovery, battling a little illness, and the balance between going and working out. You know, this is going to take some out of me, so I'm going to have to eat, work on some hard recovery. You know, yesterday was supposed to be my leg day and shoulders, and today was going to be a rest day. So now I rested yesterday, hit today. That brings me to the end of my 3-day cycle. So technically tomorrow should be a rest day. I'm going to see how I feel throughout the day. I may just reset on my next 3 days and go from there, because if I do that, then Thursday, Friday, that puts me on a Saturday leg day, which I like working legs on the weekends just because I can go hard and not have to worry about walking around on spaghetti legs at work all day and trying to get a good recovery. But if I'm not feeling well overnight and into tomorrow morning, I'll probably just take the day of rest tomorrow. There's no shame in resting and letting your body recover. I think you're probably more open and likely to have injury if you try to push through an illness. And you just have to kind of judge where you're at and how you're feeling. You know, we all want to make gains. I want to make gains, but I think a rest day would be a less of a setback than pushing through a time of illness and pushing into injury, because injury could last, you know, days and weeks even. So just want to be careful there and kind of judge how I'm feeling. One of the things with this not feeling well, I just haven't had a huge appetite. I had to force myself to eat yesterday. I didn't even quite make my 3,500 calories for the day. So, you know, I got to try to push that in today, because with the illness, I need the nutrients, and with the workout this morning, I need all the protein, carbs, and fats I can get for the recovery. I've been popping the vitamin C and zinc as much as I can, just trying to get over this thing. And it's just overall fatigue and sore throat. So anyway, so what I was saying, I just got to push through on the nutrition today and try to reach my nutrition goals to make sure I continue to make gains. Overall, the only supplements I take, I've talked about before, is creatine and some branched chain amino acids. I've ordered some glutamine just to start that into my routine, but that's all that I take as far as supplements go. I just try to eat well and have that high intake of protein. One of the things I did adjust is I was eating 3,000 calories a day. I pushed that up to 3,500. I had a lot of fat in my diet, over 100 grams a day. I've cut that back to 50, which then pushed my protein intake up to like 280 grams a day, which is a lot of protein for me to eat. So just got to push that in. I do supplement twice a day with protein powders, but then I eat chicken and red meat, a lot of tuna, just to try to get that protein intake where it needs to be. So anyways, I'm pretty happy with how today went overall. Just the feeling of fatigue I have right now. Just got to push through this day of work. I'll get home, take a little nap, and see how I'm recovering into the evening tonight, and decide on what I'm going to do tomorrow. But other than that, that's all I'm thinking about this morning. Keep pushing towards your goals. I'm going to keep pushing towards mine. You know, I told you earlier in the week, my word right now for this bulk is discipline. And so discipline came into play when I wasn't feeling well. It would have been real easy to push off another day and not go. So I just had to get up and go and maintain that act of discipline. And then the word of the week for me is consistency, just maintaining consistency. And I was able to do that this morning. So I'm thankful for that. So I'll just encourage you with that. If you're going through a tough time, whether it's physical illness or some other struggle or stress in your life, just maintain your discipline in the gym. The sense of accomplishment is always amazing when you walk out the door after you've done, regardless of how you feel. You might be fatigued, you might be sore, you might be tired, you might feel this huge pump. And I feel that pump in my legs today, and that's the accomplishment. It's like the bodybuilder's high, I guess. You get there and you're like, this is where I want to stay. So that accomplishment and that goal keeps me moving forward, regardless of what's going on around me, what's going on in life. Just keep pushing towards those goals. So I'll leave that with you, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time.